Those young guys treated their boy don't want them all that smoke. All right, let's go to
Okay, somebody in here. Got some more people probably coming here. New phone, new phone, new phone. See if I can boost this up a little bit. Hey, Paula, what's up? Yeah, I've been busy, man. I had a little bit of time in Lubbock, and there was some grumpy stuff. That girl, what's up? You in trucking school? All right, how's it going? Are you going to a trucking school, or are you going through a trucking school company, doing like through a company and then trucking school? Or are you going to an actual independent trucking school? Yeah, Dustin, I saw that. I hope your family members okay. I've been busy, so I didn't get to reply. Okay, Roy. Okay, yeah, I've heard of Royal. I don't know too much about them, but I've heard of them. I mean, mine were there's no Royal that I know of in Arizona because that's where I did mine. But I've heard of them. How's your experience going so far? I enjoyed trucking school. It was like the best thing to me. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can. Okay, I got a new phone, y'all. So let me know if you can hear me. I'm on AT&T now. Everybody hear me? Okay? I take it you can. Dustin, let me know that y'all can hear me. Okay. I'm trying to make it so that's better. Kind of. I have to get something to mount this phone up in the back. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is I got the AT&T back on, and I got my new phone. I got the iPhone 10. I was gonna go with the 8, but they told me that the 5G was gonna be available on on the 10 Plus or whatever it is. Cost a pretty damn penny, but I did go ahead and get it. And you guys should get much better. I was gonna do a live yesterday, but I was in Wyoming, and Wyoming's like a dead zone. So Ghetto Mobile didn't work, but this phone only got 3G yesterday. I did at least have service. Hey, Micheline. Oh, hey, Micheline. I like that pretty name. I remember that. Dark Star says, Jose, I got the new phone. I'll text you the number later. I'll call you. Y'all call you later. This is the AT&T service. I got it back on. So, I did go ahead and get the iPhone sooner than what I planned. My other phone bit the well. I went to update the software and things just didn't go well because it was an old Galaxy Note. So I ended up going in AT&T and they got me a whole new phone. So I did go ahead and do the iPhone 10, whatever the big iPhone is, the number, the top one. And I got the 512 because I gigabytes because I can't. I'm not. I used to have an iPhone and I had like the entry level gigabytes, and I was always trying to delete stuff to have me. I can't. It just irritates the hell out of me. So I went ahead and got the big one, and I'm on a little payment plan, $30, $40, whatever it is a month, on top of the regular monthly payment. But y'all can see the service is much better. The screen, the camera's amazing. I'm sitting up here looking at the camera like that damn camera's good as hell. I gotta cut the hair. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut the hair, and yeah, I need to oil the hair too. But yeah, it's been an interesting situation. But no, I'm here in Oregon. Are you? The views are yes. I know. I'm just. I look, the first time I ever done a live with it. Um, let's see here. Who told me they were in trucking school real quick? Pauline, I'm in Henderson. Hey, I just came through Henderson, Paula. By the way, Paula, I just came through. I just came through. I came up 287, and I came through Idaho. I'm in Oregon right now, so I came 287, hooked to the 70, 70, hooked up, however, to the 80. I stayed at Little America last night, and not the little one, but the bigger one. And then I just got into Idaho, and now I'm in Oregon. I'm just at the beginning of Oregon. I gotta go to Washington State. Load's supposed to deliver tomorrow in the morning. It ain't gonna happen, and I'll get to that later. Because they jacked me because it would have been on time otherwise. Uh, all right, Dustin. Yeah, let me know how things go. Okay. Who was just telling me about the school? Hold on. Somebody told me about the school and I had a question for her. Where'd that go? Give me a second. That girl, that's it. All right. That girl, how many days? Oh, you're on day one. Okay, so you got a ways to go. Okay. All right. Okay, so it's a 30-day school then. You got 30. That's good. Yeah, because a little 3 week or 2 week or 3 weeks, 30 days is okay. I would prefer a little bit longer, but 30 days ain't bad. Did you decide what trucking company you're going to be going with? Is it going to be Royal? I think they have a trucking company, don't they? What trucking company are you going to go with? Jose, I'm here in Oregon. Um, we'll talk. I'll let you know where I'm at later. But I'm here in Oregon at one of the truck stops off of the off of 84. 84? I think it's 84. I just came through that, the little curvy canyon thing from Idaho. Yeah, yeah. And I had some Thai food. I'm gonna do a yummy video. I always go there when I come through. There's a Love's, and just across the street is two Roach Coaches, and one of them, there was a burger place, but it looks like they closed that up. Mandisa, what's up, baby? I do miss you guys when talking to you. I was gonna do one last night, but I was at Little America in Wyoming. I didn't have a hope in hell. The only thing, the AT&T phone had 3G. Ghetto Mobile had nothing, and Ghetto Mobile gonna be cut off in about 30 days. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna use it to try to do that interview with Nikki though, the one who has the lease purchase in Hydro Authority. I'm gonna see if I can do it with her. Yeah, the video on this is amazing. Hey, Mandisa. Let's see. There was something else came up. Micheline. Yeah, and I got something. Okay, so y'all, I listen to radio. I'll share this with y'all. I put that up there because I put the link below because while it's funny, it's also something I want people to be really careful of. And there was the show that I heard it on. I listen to a lot of different talk radio, but I listen to Urban View. So like my news channels I listen to on here, I listen to POTUS on Sirius. I listen to CNN. I listen to MSNBC. I'm a real big fan. I like Rachel Maddow. I like her sarcasm. I listen to Urban View Radio. Urban View is it gears to African Americans, but they cover a lot of stuff. And they don't just have African American hosts. Some of the hosts they have aren't African American at all. Like on the weekend, they've got a lady who does the real estate stuff, and I guess she really knows her stuff. And she does that. And then there's a guy who deals with money and health. So I know Rachel, but she's sarcastic as hell though, Micheline. She funny as hell to me. I be rolling, and even if you watch her, because she's just all tongue in cheek. She basically saying something, but she's saying something. And I'm sarcastic, so I'm feeling her. I was like, I feel you so much. She be just sarcastic as hell. But anyway, so this morning I got up and I was kind of listening to music. Sometimes my riding music is sometimes it's like lounge or electronic. And so it's kind of like, because I can go to it. Sometimes I have my own selection I do. Sometimes I do gospel. Sometimes I do jazz. It just depends. But there's times when I get tired of that and I want to hear something else. Sometimes I like Joel Osteen radio too on Sirius. But this morning, for whatever reason, I switched over to Urban View. And this guy named Joe Madison, they call him the Black Eagle. Oh my God. I came into it at the right time. So I put the link already here in the video, so y'all have to go watch it either after I'm done or come back to this, whatever. Apparently, there was a lady in Billings, Montana. There's not a lot of us in Billings, Montana, a lot of African Americans. I've been to Billings, Montana. God bless whoever wants to live in Billings, Montana, because at least the part I went through, I'm so cool on it. I've only been to the truck stop area, and there was a Swift drop yard back in the day. And Billings, Montana is just disgusting to me. I'm sorry if you from there. I was like, I mean, I've been to truck stops in different places. Like I'm in Oregon right now. I'm at a truck stop. This is gorgeous all around me. It's a little cute little town. But Billings, Montana, I'm just like, who in the hell lives here? And the people that I've dealt with there were very nice. But yeah, it ain't a lot of us. Not a lot of minorities. No, no, no. So this woman apparently, just to tell the story as best I can, y'all can go watch the video below. I got the link. Oh, have I put it on there? I might not have put it on there yet. I'll put it on there if I haven't. It is Amazon. Excuse me. You can get on AOL. I guess it was tweeted out or whatever. I don't do Twitter or Twitter tweet, whatever the hell they call it. I hate Twitter. It never made sense to me, so I don't mess with it. This lady was in her home, and I guess she's a smoker. So she walked outside, smoked a cigarette, came back in. She has children in the home, and I guess she had a dude. I don't know if it's her husband, her man, her boyfriend, a friend. I have no idea who this man is. I think his name was Kevin in the video. Well, all of a sudden, the video starts with 2 white police officers at her door, okay? And I'm listening to it. So I just saw the video just now. I was listening to it because I can't see it serious. But the whole time I'm driving, I'm like, wow. And I'm cracking up because if you hear the issue, while it's funny, it was also very dangerous what she did, in my humble opinion. So the 2 officers enter her home without warrant, without announcing themselves. They just walked the F in her door. She goes straight the hell off on these 2 officers. And basically they lied. Well, I'm saying they lied. They told her that they heard an argument. And so they were coming to check and make sure things were okay. She basically said, I don't give a what you heard. I talk loud. Okay, you saw the video? Okay. And she basically said what her rights were. Now, the reason I'm bringing it up is because as I listened to the show, yeah, Micheline, you know what I'm talking about. She went all in. She told the cop to shut the hell up. Oh, sweet mother of God. I was sitting here going, wow. Okay. Now, the reason I bring it up, because the more I thought about it and I was listening to other people talk about it, and I agreed with another segment. So Joe Madison brought up it was a call-in that brought the issue up. And the issue was, the first one was a black lady. And she said, while I understand her anger, I think that what she did was very dangerous. And she was, in my opinion, 100% correct. In America, we are still African Americans. And right now, we know that these police out here will shoot us in the drop of a dime. It's been something that's happened, which Madison brought up, and I think about it, more so with black males. But we are starting to see it with black females as well, because the climate is a little more special. So it is not where before black females, we had a little more leeway. There is no leeway anymore. He played another video where the woman had called for assistance and somebody had pointed a gun at her, and the police ended up choking her down and basically handcuffing her. I do know that the officer who did it has been apparently terminated and is held on charges because of what he did. He falsified a report and some other stuff. So he's being held on charges, and he also was terminated from his job. But it's a new day. And even though people may see the video, and it is somewhat funny because you see a black woman being a straight up left field mad black woman, I would never recommend that any of us, whether male or female, do that. And even how she spouted off her rights, she knew her rights. But sometimes the best thing is to comply and then make your phone call afterwards. So if you watch the video, you'll understand. I'm going to tell a personal story. I know I always have a little personal story. So when I was in high school, I told you I was with my mom up until age 15. And I think it was some activity after school. I did this dance thing because I just hated PE, and it was just my physical credit, and I did some dance class we had to do. So I did that. They had a thing where we had to do some kind of performance for the credit. I did that, so I got home later than what I used to. I was walking after school, and obviously all other students are going home unless you had after PD, after school activities. So I'm walking home, Tempe, Arizona, and Tempe pulls me over. He basically, I'm walking. I live over here. I still remember the address, 818 West Third Street in Tempe, Arizona. And he goes, "Are you a student?" I said, "Yeah." Now understand, I lived in a college town, so when he said student, that could be Arizona State University or it could be high school. I just said yes. Things he started talking to me, and it was just weird. Everything about him was weird. So I instantly read his badge number and just remembered it. Um, and luckily enough, my best friend was doing, I think she was doing some acting stuff. They had like drama classes. She walked up behind me. I didn't know she had an after school program. And because it was like he wanted me to prove who I was, I said, "That's my friend. She knows me." So Jane comes over, and Jane's like, "We go to school together." And so he asked her what school. It was just very weird. So anyway, Jane and I walked home the rest of the way because her apartment was right. Her apartment complex was just in front of mine. I get home and my crazy mom's at home. My mom is off the chain, right? So what she did, as soon as she goes, because I called Jane. I said, "I gotta make sure Jane made it home okay." She said, "What the hell you mean okay?" And I told her what happened. She called Jane. As soon as I hung up that phone, my mom on the phone with Tempe Police Department. This cop and his supervisor showed up to our house. Now I'm gonna tell you, when they do that, that means something wasn't done right. There's something out of order. Okay, wasn't just an apology on the phone. They showed up to the house. Okay, my mother said my daughter is not street smart, but I am, and she's asshole, so she's probably right. She said, "So I know that kid in there is a good kid. She don't do no drugs. She goes back and forth. She takes care of her brothers. So I want to know why the hell you pull my daughter over." Okay. She had a come to Jesus meeting with these two cops. The supervisor, he apologized for everything and said, she verified who she was. She said that still does not justify why you stopped her from walking home. So basically, he didn't have any reason to detain me. You didn't, did you have somebody with my description say they did something? Why in the hell are you stopping this kid? That was probably my first run in ever with dealing with how being who we are. I hate to say it. It was my first being who we are, and what this, and I hate the word skin color, but what being African American in America meant with as far as how treated. But what I did do, and I had enough common sense, was to comply. This is my name. I go to school. I kept it simple. I kept it short. I kept it sweet. I kept it to the point. I didn't go, "Oh, why you stop?" No, 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 no. That gives them more of a reason to beat your ass. I've had issues sitting in my, not this truck, but in a truck. I was in Phoenix. I was on home time. I had parked my bobtail in a dirt lot next to the hotel. I'm minding my business. I'm actually straightening up my truck, putting my clothes back on it because I had done laundry, organizing the truck, getting some stuff together I need to go through because I stay at the hotel. And all of a sudden, this cop parks his car in front and walks up to me. And then just what he thought was that I was a black male. I'm going to tell you that right now. I could tell because when he realized I was a woman, that's that look of shock. And so, because all they see when they see me is they see this short hair. See, I told you I'm thinning. I did get that grandma stuff. I gotta use it. They see the short hair. They don't see nothing else. They don't. That's all. They don't pay attention to anything else. So they automatically assume that it's a man, and he was gonna go and jack with a black man. He told me he's gonna call the company. He knew the owner personally of this major, like what, number 6 in the number 6 in the nation, he gonna get, I could get fired. I had parked on this lot. And I was like, the hotel tells you you can park over here. I said, sir, sounds like you might want to let them know. I'm sorry, I'll move the truck. But I was very pleasant. I was tongue-in-cheek, racial, mad, all sarcastic. But y'all don't sit up here and fight with these officers. These people are crazy, and now it's a new day. And, it doesn't make any sense. I know people see that, and I don't want, as I was listening to it, I said, I don't want to see people get emboldened to actually think that you can take on law enforcement as this woman did. While, in a sense, I commend her, I also know that situation could have went a different route. And she had little ones in the house. They could have killed her. They could have killed her babies. They could have come up there and shot and asked questions later. I mean, she got up in his face like this. And even though they were out of order for entering her home, there was just another way it could have been handled. And we got to be careful when we're dealing right now in this day and age with these crazy folks who aren't like us, who may be on a little boy prezi, little grown little boy prezi mode, and try to be, whatever they racial divide, which I hate that word, is for discriminatory behavior, and maybe put us all in a box and decide we animals and they want to kill us. We have to be careful because they are carrying guns. And if we're, it's going to be a lose-lose situation. You ain't got no gun, you ain't got no protection, and it's a lose-lose situation. So if you can watch it, I just thought it was interesting and I put it on there. But be real careful. Even in this trucking game, when you come up on these officers, and sometimes they will. I mean, and the sad part is, it's been a couple times. I got pulled over in Oklahoma, and again, he was shocked. And as soon as he found out it was a woman, it was a little different vibe. But they think sometimes, and I was working for a starter company, so they think sometimes I had just come on to the turnpike. I was going 45 miles an hour, something like that. 5 miles under the posted minimum speed, but I had just turned on. So he pulls me over, he says, well, you're not maintaining the minimum speed. Are you for real? So, and I looked at him, I said, well, I was going 45, and I thought on the turnpike was 45. I can't remember if it was 50 or 55. So it was like 5 miles under the speed limit. It wasn't even. And I said, I said, well, the first thing is, I just came onto the turnpike. The second thing was, I moved over because I saw you sitting here. I didn't know if you were getting ready to pull out or what, which I did. I moved over. And the third thing is, I'm going up an incline, okay? Are you too heavy? No, I have my scale ticket if you'd like to see it. I mean, it's special. It was special. And no ticket, no nothing, but I'm just like, things like, well, if you're too heavy, I said, well, sir, I just told you I'm not too heavy. I said, I just turned onto the turnpike. I mean, it was insane. And he was trying to get me to get off. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? But it was just something, because I think he thought, A, it was a student or somebody new, because it's a starter company. B, he thought it was a black man, and he could just jack with him. And, it's sad because you see that more with African-American males, but it's starting to happen even for females. So, y'all, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let me get on in here and see what's going on. She did know her rights, though. I ain't gonna lie on her. Let's see. All right, so I don't do anything else. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see any questions. No, I got up tonight. And I was like, well, I'm gonna check in, see how everybody's doing. If you watch this video, like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, share it out, and the giveaway ends Friday. So Friday, make sure y'all go to the live video I did talking about it. I'll link it below. And make sure that you go on there and put comments. Even if you were in the live chat, please put comments, because I'm only doing the comment section. I'm not going to go back and scroll through all the chat to see who was in there. So please make sure you go and just comment. If you just say, hey, whatever, hi, just make a comment on there so I can include you in the drawing. And then I already got the item. Actually, it's right up there. And then once I find out who won and I get, we'll figure out how to exchange information so I can get their information and mail it out to them. I'll show you what the item is and I'll explain it because it's actually kind of cool. At least I think it's cool, but I'm kind of a geek. But like I said, it can be used. You don't have to be in the trucking industry to use it. So it's something that can be used at home, truck, work, school. I don't know too many places you can't use it. So yeah, you can pretty much use it wherever you want. It's mobile, so to speak. Anyway, but how's everybody doing? I know some of you said you are in Colorado. Mandisa, where you at? Are you driving? Um, Jose's coming up to Oregon. I'm gonna hit him up later because I'm already here. But I don't think you're gonna come this far in. All right. I'm just off the border of Idaho and Oregon. Illinois. Okay, you in Illinois area. Okay. All right. You driving, Mandisa? And Pauline, I don't know if you're still in here. I wasn't ignoring you. How you doing? Um. Oh, you started. Okay, I love driving nights. Unfortunately, this kind of got screwed up. So the load I am on, I'm gonna be up in Washington State. I got 3 stops: Seattle, Kent, and Fife. Initially he gave me the load, and it's changed a little bit. Hey Shay, welcome to the channel. Initially, he gave me the load. He was trying to get me out Friday, but I had something. I needed him to check something on the brake pedal. My brake pedal is doing this. It's like, oh, it's almost this weird. It's like a echoey, like a child toy, but it's kind of echoey, and it's intermittent. It's whenever you hit it. Now the brakes are stopping the truck, so you want to talk about concealed weapons on the truck? Actually, somebody else hit me up asking me about weapons on the truck. So yeah, we'll do that. I actually did. I think we did a little video on the Trucker 411 regarding it, but definitely it's something I can talk about. I would say I'm a proponent for it. I'll get to that in a minute. Well, as long as you see the problem with, we'll come back to it. Let me tell a story about this load. So I told him that I dealt with some stuff with Grumpy. Oh yeah, I got some Grumpy drama. I had Grumpy drama because I ended up back in Lubbock and they had to take the truck. Well, I haven't really stayed at the house. When I go back, I just actually sleep on the truck. The most I've done at the house is take a shower and go back to the damn truck. It's just more peaceful in the truck. And in the truck, I have a bed. At my father's place, I don't have a bed in the room. He said, oh no, oh yeah, it gets special. We'll talk a little bit about Grumpy. I had to have a come to Jesus meeting with Grumpy because Grumpy's a hot ass mess. So I had to actually stay at the house one night, which is not one of my favorite things to do because I sleep on the couch. The room that I would be in, he has a bunch of clutter against the wall, and it just bothers me. There's some things about it that bother me. So I bought bins for him to go through it, and when I was there before I started running, I actually would drag a box out, and it's like CDs, DVDs, papers. He got stuff from like 10, 20 years ago that he ain't looked at, bills, receipts. I'm like, bro, old catalog with pimp canes in them. I mean, he's crazy as hell. I said, bro, this is a catalog from 2005. Why in the hell it had a pimp cane in it he liked. Crazy as hell. All right, Pauline, cool. I checked my trucker dog. I need to check that more. So I actually ended up staying at the house one night. I ain't cooked nothing. I'm not cooking. I'm doing that because I'm working. So I actually went and did it. And if I get something to eat, I'm not, even though he's a butthole, I still grab something for him to eat. Okay. So first night, stayed on the truck. Then he was supposed to be going to do something else. He didn't do it, so I had taken the truck over to the laundry facility after later in the afternoon and did all my laundry. Brought it back to the truck, put it in here, and I also had ordered some clothes. I got some shorts and shirts that I ordered. Ordered a few things from Amazon that I had needed. So I got a whole bunch of stuff just kind of done, knocked out the way. Um, I got a telescopic thing for the phone too. You can put it on the phone to take pictures. So I have done that too. Anywho, when the owner, which is also my dispatch person, he contacts me and says, well, the truck wasn't there yet for the work. He's like, well, we can't fix it if it's not here. And I said, I told you yesterday, that Grumpy had to go do some stuff. So I went ahead and bobtailed in the truck because Lubbock's small to do laundry. I said, by the time I got done, they're closed. The company I work for is not a 24-hour company. So you can call them 24/7 on their cell phones. But how it works is that you pretty much, they're open. The office is open from like 8 to 7 or whatever to 5 in the evening, and then they're all out. They roll out. They don't stay there past that time. And on Friday they really roll out early. So by that time everything's closed. The shop is closed, everything. So I went ahead and just finished laundry, and then I slept on the truck, and I was gonna take the truck the next morning. So when I got up, he had put this comment that he had a load for me on Friday. I said, I'm not ready to go Friday. I'm not ready because I'm tired, but I have some things I need to take care of here. I'll be ready to roll out here. Let's do Sunday. Well, then he says, I guess when I had to take some paperwork in there, he tells me Saturday. And I was like, well, Saturday, we can do Saturday. So the load he had was coming up to Washington State, which this is like one of my favorite drives, with the exception of, I usually like to come through Cali up. Because that drive, even though you're going over, I think it's Donner or whatever. I think Donner's there. I think that's Donner. Even though you're going through some beautiful mountains coming through Cali. So you go through, once you get to northern Cali, it's just gorgeous. And then you come straight up and you go up into Oregon and Washington. So it's a beautiful drive. Excuse me. So I love the drive, especially in the summer months. It's absolutely gorgeous. This time, since I was coming from Amarillo, I came out of Texas. That part was okay. I went to a truck stop I hadn't been into in years, coming into Colorado. But coming into Colorado, I hit some hail, rain, and wind off of, I think it was 287. 287, I think that's it. And then I hooked to the 70. So once I got to 70, got through Colorado, I ended up in Wyoming. And Wyoming, everything was cool up until the wind started, because it's always windy Wyoming. So whenever you have Wyoming, you want to step through Wyoming as quick as possible, because Wyoming weather can change on a dime. It'll be just as calm as it wants to be, and then 2 hours later, it'll be wind. And that's how it was. I drove in, everything was cool. I got to a certain point, next thing I know, the wind was whipping, and they had storms and a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, I hate Wyoming. Shay, I hate Wyoming. I don't know how many ways to say. It's one of the most boring ass drives ever. It's dry, it's dead. You don't even have good phone service. And AT&T, which is a massive phone company, AT&T was in a 3G. Bill calls it the dead zone. He's Verizon, and he said there's areas he just calls it the dead zone. I was at least getting 3G. Ghetto Mobile don't get crap. If you're in Wyoming, you got a prepaid, good luck if you pick up a signal. I ended up, thank God, at AT&T, because I was able to make calls if I needed to. You have no data, though. You have no data, but I was able to make the damn call. So with Ghetto Mobile, I couldn't even make a call. So anyway, came through Wyoming, and but when he gave me the load, what they did, I was supposed to pick that load up at 10 a.m. on, yeah, they do need more towers. And they got all that land. All you do is pay the people. Pay them. But I was supposed to leave out at 10 a.m. or pick up the load at 10 a.m. on Saturday in Tyson and Amarillo. All of a sudden, and I hate trucking game, and I didn't even think it was that kind of game, but it was. So he sends me a text message, hey, there's an extra stop on your load, give me a call. I didn't think anything of it, so I called thinking he had an extra stop, because he told me the 3 cities I was going to stop in. Called. Should have never called. Had I never called, then it probably either would have given to somebody else, or they would have had to reschedule it. Or schedule me later. I call, and he basically tells me, have you ever done a local run? I'm like, what the local run got to do with my load? It was a lie. The game. I'm sitting in Starbucks trying to update my damn trucker GPSs to get ready to go on this run. He's like, well, he says, I need you to do a stop in Amarillo at one of the local stores. This ain't got shit to do with the load going into Washington. He lied. He didn't even send it to the Qualcomm because or the PeopleNet, because I don't think if he couldn't get a hold of me, he's going to try to find somebody else to do it. He's like, well, you got to pick it up at 2:30 in the morning. Understand, I'm going to get up Saturday. I'm supposed to be in Amarillo, Tyson, to pick the load that I'm currently on up at 10 in the morning. You're now giving me a load to pick up at 2:30 in the morning in Lubbock that I'm supposed to deliver to a grocery store in Amarillo, then go to Tyson. The problem with that is I had not had no sleep because I'm dealing with Grumpy and his bullshit. Excuse my French, I'm getting ready to get real. So I had zero sleep. At this point, I tell him on the phone, I said, this is not good. Just like that, because it wasn't good because I hadn't slept. And I'm looking, I'm like, look, he's like, well, you have some time. I said, you don't understand. I had other stuff I need to do before I leave. I'm going to get that done. So when I got everything done, the goal was I was going to come to the truck. I was going to get a 4 or 5 hour nap. That would have put me I would got the truck at around, 9, 10 o'clock when the laundromat closed. So 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2. I could have slept till about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, unfortunately, that didn't happen because now I got to finish up what I got to do. I got to get the truck, because I had to come get the truck because the truck was sitting in the shop, get the truck, come back. And really my goal was I wasn't going to possibly love it till probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I would have called Tyson Amarillo, see if the load was ready. It was ready. I was going to leave about 4 or 5 hours early. Maybe a little bit earlier. Well, now I'm forced to be on this lot, try to be awake to go get this 2:30 load. I got that load. I was so damn tired. I don't know if anybody's ever had black dog syndrome. If you don't know what black dog syndrome is, it's when you see shit in the road that ain't there. It's basically you seeing mirages. I started seeing trees growing up out the middle of the pavement in the road. Okay? That is when you know you're tired. Shay, that's probably what I should have done. I pulled the truck over because originally I was like, well, it's more money because it was a stop. I hadn't done a local. I pulled the truck over and I had to take a break. And what normally takes me 2 hours and change to get to Amarillo took me almost 3 to 4 hours to get to Amarillo because I stopped like several different freaking times. I finally had to do a 5 hour energy, and I got time I got done with that load, I didn't leave Lubbock until about probably 3:34. They didn't tell me once I pick up the load was supposed to be in Amarillo at 5. That wasn't happening. And I took my sweet time. I think I drove between 40 and 50 miles an hour. That's just how tired I was. It's funny because when I got off the freeway to turn, the other thing is, and I tell you, God watches out for me. We came to a stoplight. Hey, 803 SC. We came to a stoplight because we had to exit off the ramp before the actual exit I was supposed to take because they're doing construction. Everybody and their mother doing construction in the U.S., right? I came to a stop. There was another car next to me that came to a stop. The light turned green. Had I probably been not tired, I would have just taken off. God sometimes knows what he's doing because I sat there for a minute, and for whatever reason, the other car did too. A semi runs the red light. He would have T-boned both. He'd have killed the car. I would have been jacked. I honked at him as going by because the light had been green for me. He just ran it. Finally got to the store. Store manager was cool as hell. I told her what was up. I said, she's like, yeah, we're waiting. I said, ma'am, I apologize. I said, first of all, they gave me this load last minute. That was one. I said, ma'am, I'm supposed to be going to Tyson. I said, I have not no sleep. And she's her former fiance or ex-fiance was a truck driver. And he had a death hunt that happened under him. And so I told her, I said, I had to get off the road. I said, because I was tired. I said, I started seeing trees and stuff growing up in the middle of the road, which I knew wasn't real. I've only had black dog syndrome one other time. And that was when I was working for Swift. And I saw it looks like a dome in the middle of the freeway, like I don't know if it's a garage or whatever. And cars were driving in the middle of the median, in the going in and out of the damn, PA, I usually like PA. I'll leave PA alone right now. Larry Smith, what's up, homie? We got to talk. I'll leave PA alone. I'm happy I don't do PA right now because y'all got that lantern fly crap going on. You got to inspect your trucks and trailers. And I don't know when they're going to get that under control. I think they're going to end up having y'all be like 803C, this is to you. I think they're going to have PA, or say y'all, but PA end up being like Cali, where they're going to have those inspection stations. So that's crap, if it hasn't already, migrated outside the U.S. because it's gonna have a devastating effect on crops. That lantern fly, because when they show what it does, that's some nasty crap. Um, anyway, I'm sitting on the bunk. Um, by the time then he's gonna call me because he's calling while because the guess they wanted to know where I was. You can see the GPS. You done pissed me off. I'm sorry, this is my CPAP machine. You done pissed me off because you gave me this load last minute. I told you I didn't really want to go till Sunday. I negotiated with you for Saturday, and then you add some extra shiznit on me, and I ain't had no sleep. Okay. Um, and I was like, this will be the last time that shit'll happen because next time I won't be answering my phone until I'm ready to go. He then turns around and so once I got done with the load, I headed to Love's to fuel everything up because I'm not gonna drop a trailer at Tyson that's empty. I mean, I do my job. So I fuel the truck, I fuel that. So he calls, and I knew I was like, this truck about to get ready to get turned around and drive it right to Lubbock until you kiss my ass. I like them but he's very micromanaging. And finally I said, Michael, I said, what do you want? I was seeing what was going on. I said, nothing's going on. I'm getting fuel. I just went to the bathroom. Well, Tyson needs that trailer. I said, and Tyson will get that trailer in a minute once I'm done doing what I'm doing. I said, look, I do my job. I did. I said, I do my job. It'd be different if I didn't do my job. I do my job. But I will not be harassed into trying to kill somebody to get stuff places when A, I'm told at the last minute about stuff, and B, I'm going to do whatever I need to do safely. I'm not trying to have somebody's death on my background trying to deliver a load, and it's foolishness. It was just straight foolishness. So, I'm not asking you to. I'm not asking you. I said, then what are we talking about? I do my job. Then he gonna talk to me. Well, you should fuel when you come into Lubbock because I get really good breaks. The company has, I think they may have about 100 to 200 trucks, okay? But his staff is very small. He pretty much, family and I think very close friends are the only people he puts in positions, which means he's not only micromanaging, he's probably very paranoid about people ripping him off. And it's Lubbock, so I understand. But yeah, he almost got truck back because he almost pissed me off with that micromanaging crap. Anyway, so that caused this load for me to get out of there later because normally, if they have the loads at Tyson ready early, I pick them up. I would have been halfway to the customer, but now I'm like 7 hours out from the customer. So I ended up calling. I'm probably gonna call them first thing in the morning and let them know that I won't be there at 6:30 in the morning. I'm not gonna be there till probably later in the afternoon, sometime after 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I got to see with them rescheduling. I also have a stop at Amazon. I got to see about that. And then I had another stop at this other customer. So I had 3 stops on this. One is in Seattle, one is in Kent, and one is in Fife. And all of those were supposed to all be done tomorrow, 30, sometime in the afternoon, and then one in the evening. All of which, none of that shit's going to happen. So that kind of pissed me off, but it just... Grumpy, when I got to Lubbock, Grumpy picked me up. When Grumpy went to get out the car, he went to go get the mail, and I had some packages and waiting for some clothes, so my clothes had come in. He's bent over, getting the mail, and the whole back of his pants had dry piss stains all on them. And so I said, at least I think they were dry, I said, Monty, when you go in the house, that's Grumpy's name, you need to change those pants. You've got stains all on the back. Oh, okay. So I got my package. That was drama. Threw it in the car because I wasn't going to take it in the house. I go ahead and go to the laundromat, come back, and he's still in the pissy pants. He didn't change them out. At this point, I don't know what's truly going on. Is he at a point where he needs to be in a nursing home and he's not cognizant of what he's doing? Or is this game? So my biological father, for those of you who haven't followed the channel, back in the day, he was a player. So I'm looking for some chapstick, and I don't have any in here, so it must be up there. He was a player of women. So he manipulated women to get gold rings and, whatever he wanted. He manipulated them. I believe he's trying to do the same with his daughters. So what he did, he's like, no, no, I don't need. Okay, all right, cool. So I go on and I head out and go do what I'm gonna do. Come back to the house. He's still in the pissy pants, laying up in his chair. I don't know what's going on. At this point, I talked to Trucker Bill. The reason I talked to Trucker Bill because Trucker Bill has taken care of elderly family members before, and he says he needs to be in assisted living. I said that's what I think too. He's also telling me that he don't have money to pay for his some medicine that's gonna be $200 because he's in a donut hole. Basically, they when you have a donut hole, you basically pay everything. You pay for the you might I don't know if they get a discount and he'll get that, but pretty much whatever the cost of the prescription is, you go ahead and pay that, and you get your prescription. I don't know if that's what he was running into. I have no idea. Um, he's a hot ass mess. That's all I can keep saying. He's a hot ass mess. Um, so he's still sitting there in a chair in the pissy pants. I have no idea what the reasoning behind it is. No idea. But I'm finishing up all my paperwork to take it over to the company. And I told him, when you need to have a come to Jesus meeting. And so I began to tell him what was going on. I just blinked. I began to go over everything with him, tell him what I was going to do, paperwork. And I'm sitting in the chair in the kitchen. First part of this conversation, which is craziness, he says, hey, are you going to go to Family Dollar? I said, no, I went to Family Dollar yesterday when I was doing my laundry. He goes, oh, he says, well, I needed, what's it? I needed, a new mop bucket. I said, what do you need a mop bucket for? The one on the bathroom sink. Well, it's got stuff in it. I said, then take the stuff out of it. Well, da 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 da. I said, okay. So I said, it's too much work for you. So what he wanted to do is too much work for him to bend over, take the cleaning supplies out of the mop bucket, use the mop bucket, dry it out, and then put it right back under the cabinet. It was too much work. I was like, oh my God. So that's pretty much, Grumpy's not, he's not changing his whatever big boy pull-ups in time, or he's using ones that he's finding through um, the catalog center, but I think he's not using it in time. So he had a prescription that was going to run him $200. I sat down and had to come to Jesus meeting because I guess when I first called my sister, because I was talking about the pissy pants, we talked for a little bit and we compared some notes. And he'd been calling her, telling her he was almost broke. And to my knowledge, he ain't told the boys crap. But he gonna tell me and her, and I oh, since their girls are gonna be soft-hearted enough, and I can manipulate them to basically, what I was gonna say, he doesn't want to wear the big boy pull-ups he needs, which are more like diapers. He wants to wear the ones that look like men's underwear, and he can't wrap his head around that. So instead of getting the ones that are going to be appropriate, that aren't going to be, staining up his clothes with urine stains, he's going to wear the ones that look like men's underwear because that's how he's all an appearance person. And unfortunately, that's not working for him. He's peeing in the bed a lot at night. Even though he's on a catheter and it collects most of the urine, the problem is you got to empty it on a regular basis. And he's not doing that. So he's so trifling, he would rather not empty a mop bucket and then sit and then just, he's lazy. He wouldn't even empty the mop bucket. He want to go buy a whole new mop bucket. I'm like, bro, I said, why? All you do is take the stuff out the mop bucket. That's too much work. I said, you're really trifling. It doesn't make sense. It's illogical. Anyway, I had a come to Jesus meeting with him, and I went over some things that he said, because I guess he researched and found out how the kids are related to him. But he told my sister that the autistic brother, he didn't know if that was really his child. I'm like, it's bull. And then he been calling her and telling her that he was almost broke. And I told her, don't you send him one red cent. He brings in more than enough money to cover his expenses and to not be asking. He is choosing to not. Yeah, that's Trucker Bill was right on the living assistance. The problem, here's the problem, Indisa. I don't know. My father's a manipulator, so you don't know if he's crying. So little boy who cries wolf. Basically, I'm trying to play you to get money. Hey, Joe. Hey, JJ. I got my AT&T phone. I'll have to send you the new number. The old number's still good, but I'm on the iPhone. I got the iPhone 10, whatever the top 10 one, the 10XS, the plus one, the big screen. I was gonna go for the 8, but then they told me the new one is 5G ready, and they're gonna be doing the 5G here pretty soon. So, Mendisa, I agree. I think, I think he should be in a living assistance for a lot of reasons. One, he doesn't manage his diet. B, I think he needs somebody else to manage his money for him and put it where it's supposed to go. So if you need prescriptions, that be directed there and will just deduct from your account. And then if he needs food, they're already preparing. He don't want to cook for himself. He really just wants a woman to cook for him. That's what he wants. He's a chauvinistic. He's just like his little brother. You know, his little brother Trump. Yeah. He wants a woman to do shit for him. And I'm gonna have y'all laughing in a minute. So I said I had to come to Jesus meeting with him. I said, look, because after I talked to my sister and I found like he was calling her, telling her he was broke. She's a stay-at-home mom. Her husband is the only one bringing the income in that house. So she's managing the household income, single income house. Y'all can imagine how hard it is to live in America. Granted, they're in Kansas, how hard it is to live with a single income nowadays, as expensive as life is. Granted, they're in Kansas, so they're in a part of Kansas that's probably not that pricey, but you know what I'm trying to say. That you have to budget very well. And your dad, with his sorry ass, who ain't never did anything for none of y'all, except for the one who's in prison, for the most part, he gonna call you talking about he broke, because really what he might be doing is trying to manipulate money out of you. And what it is my father wants to stay in his BS. Okay? He wants to continue living how he lives without making changes. He wants to continue to eat out every day if he wants to, 3 times a day. He wants to continue going to take his clothes to the laundromat when he's fully capable of going to do his laundry on his own. I don't know whether he would or not, but they shouldn't have to send him no money. So for those of you who are new to the channel, my father's retired from Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad. He gets a pension. His pension, I know, should be around just under $3,300 a month, around there. Okay, so he's between $3,300 and $3,500 a month. I really believe it's about $33. He brings in more than enough money. His rent is only $625 a month. Everything else is like he has a cell phone bill. I know he tithes to his church. I don't have a problem with tithing. I think tithing is a good thing. He has a credit card payment he makes. He has car insurance and a cell phone bill. In reality, my father should have anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 left over after he pays all his bills and expenses. Instead, what he's doing is he's eating out every day. So I sat down with him and I said, look, I'm going to break this down for you, and I'm not going to mention crap about it. Hey, Jennifer Z, welcome. Thank you. I'm going to break your finances down. And I said, after this, I'm going to say anything, but we and you going to have a come to Jesus meeting. So I told him, I said, look, I understand you calling other family members. He knew what I was talking about. And telling everybody you broke. I said, you know what? We need to stop speaking on that. You're not broke. Your problem is that you mismanage your money. You've mismanaged $100,000 right out the damn door doing what Monty wants to do. It's all about you. You want to do it your way. I said, but you know what? Your way cuts your nose off and spites your face. And I said, if you don't understand what that means, you think you're hurting somebody else. You think you're getting at me if I tell you to do this, that, the other thing, or I make suggestions. When I told you to only do distributions from your IRA, how in the hell was that helping me? It wasn't helping me. I was trying to help you. You didn't believe what I told you, and you had to go talk to the little white ladies down. I hate that white word, but you had to talk to the white ladies at the credit union, and they told you, yes, your daughter's right. If you take this in a lump sum, because he wanted to go out and buy a $60,000 sports car, if you take this in a lump sum, you're going to get penalized 40-some to 50% from Uncle Sam, and you're going to lose half your money. That's when we went and got the car that he don't take care of now. that he dented the first day he got it. Um, he's a hot ass mess. So he been calling the sister, telling him he's broke. He's telling me he's broke, and also he's like, I'm threw these pants away. Hey, Royal Cash. Hold on. Let me see what Royal Cash is. Okay, I'm gonna stop on the grumpy thing. Let me answer Royal Cash's question. Um, I don't know what company you're working for. I do know that. So Swift Transportation, for example, when I got through with a student, they knew that the student would most likely have an accident within the first 6 months. As long as you normally don't roll the vehicle, don't kill anybody, you can have a few incidences. It will usually go on your record that you had an incident. Normally, like Swift, for example, would put you through a training class, which I don't know why they always gave you a backing class. They would get you to a backing class. It would be a preventable on your record, but you could continue to work for the company. It probably will depend on the company whether or not they'll continue letting you record, but that's so minor. Um, it could hurt you maybe if you try to get another job, but I don't think that will stop you from getting another job. Now, you roll a truck and you jackknife, that's a whole nother can of worms. You hit a vehicle, that's a whole nother can of worms. You hit like maybe a building and damage it, that might be a whole nother can of worms. But bumping a pole, it shouldn't hurt you. And yes, Shay E is correct. It will fall off after a certain time. You should be able to pull up. She's calling it the PSP, also known as your DAC. You have a DAC record too, but you'll be able to pull that up. What you want to find out is how many incidences that HS ETC in Wisconsin. Not in Wisconsin, but DCI Jams is on his way up to Wisconsin. He's on our Trucker 411. I'm in Oregon. I did Wisconsin a couple weeks ago, and it was very nice. I got me some cheese. Actually, I got cheese in the refrigerator. I forgot about my cheese. I got cheese in there. I got some curds, and I got a big block of the extra strong cheddar. I also got some Langoliers, whatever sausages. Forgot that was in there too. I was hungry today too, and totally forgot they were in there. But yeah, it should fall off your record after time. What you want to do though is make sure to be careful. It sounds like probably you're a more newer driver. So right now, until you get used to backing skills, like I had to back here where I'm at, this truck stop I'm at, there is a yellow pole behind me and 2 boulders. And what I do, and you still got to be careful, I look at the ground to see my shadow of the bumper. As soon as I see that shadow gets closer, I just stop and park truck. I also acknowledge next to me, there's other trucks. And if I can see where they stop, I can see about what the length is to me stopping. So if my head is like the head of my truck is where theirs is at, I'm usually good. How long you built the company? I fell off. Only been driving 9 months. You finish out your year, Royal. Don't leave the company if you can. Go ahead and finish out your full year. Don't have any more incidents in that full year, and then go ahead and apply for another company. But first, make sure they're not going to term you. Like I said, I don't see that being terminatable. It's going to depend on the company. If it's like a Swift, I know Swift wouldn't term you on that. They probably would. You'd have to go in. You'd have to do some kind of training. They let you know. Usually, safety would be talking to you. They would let you have back class. I'm not sure how Werner handles it. I can find that out. I'm gonna presume Werner probably does something similar. But yeah, you should be. That's so minute. I mean, there's some bigger accidents you could have. But now you just need to watch your behind for the next few months, and then go. Well, you watch it anyway, and then go ahead and apply for other companies if you don't like the company you're with. Yeah. Correct. She is correct. So I'm gonna look at your PSP. The PSP are virtually the DAC. That's it. It's like a driving credit report. So basically, if you've abandoned a truck, that'll be on there. I have some negative stuff on my DAC, but I counter it. As soon as I go apply for a job, I explain to them. I had one company put something negative on there. I just never fought it because I took pictures of everything. And if any other company asked me a question, I said I have pictures of why XYZ took place with this company. This is what they said. I did what they did, and they put something negative on my record. It has not stopped me from getting any trucking job. And I worked for trucking companies like this one who handed me a brand new truck. I didn't even do a test with this company. You've been driving for 5 years, you can back and drive, yes. Boom. Here's a 2019-20 Volvo, 25 miles on the thing, one of my videos. I went to another company. They gave me a 2019 Freightliner. I didn't stay with them long because they were very, they were calling during your sleeper birth and all sorts of weird shit. And the head dude was a guy who was, I don't know if he's terminal, I don't know who he was, I didn't like him. And after meeting with them and realizing, okay, this is how you want to run your business, thank you for your time. Let me go ahead and get myself off your truck. I got to Phoenix, got back, and went back to the starter company for a little bit, and now I'm here. So I did try to lease purchase for a very short time, but the company I was going with, I didn't care for how they ran it. The new Volvo, I love everything about it except the seats. The seats aren't as bad as what was in my International. I hated the seats in the International. But the butt cushion is horrible. It's totally uncomfortable. I put a blanket up here, but I think I'm going to order a purple cushion, and I should be good if I get the purple. I'm going to put the purple on there, and I think I should be happy. But right now, that if you sit for long term, my ass hurt. And the fabric on there, I've actually got like I don't know, it started rubbing and it rubbed the skin. So I actually have a couple of blood stains from my leg where it kind of rubbed it raw. So I actually put a blanket on there and I've been putting ointment on my leg. But yeah, I don't care for the seats. Yeah, I'm gonna order me. I'm gonna head and do it. I actually was at this other truck stop, but I didn't have it budgeted in. But I'm going to get the deluxe. I used to have a deluxe purple. I just don't know what I did with it. Yeah, I'm gonna get that deluxe one. These $129 at one of the truck stops. I'm probably gonna see if I can get it on Amazon and order that purple. Jose told me, I guess also Walmart had them. I'm like, Walmart ain't like that purple. I don't give a damn what Walmart got. Ain't shit like that purple. So I'm gonna order that purple. Cause this seat right here get hard as hell. I'll be like, ugh, by the time I'm done driving after about 11 hours, my behind hurt. I got like almost burns from that fabric on that damn seat. So yeah, we're gonna get some changes in here. That'll probably be my next thing. I'm gonna order one of those and have it shipped to the house, and then when I get back. Yeah, so I don't think you're done. You just need to, you basically talk to the company. You should be talking to your safety guy. Like I said, I don't know the company. Maybe they will if it's minor issues. I don't know them. I would need to know who a company it is. If it's Swift, you ain't got to worry. Usually, I ain't got to worry about that. Oh, I'm like 5'2", 5'3". I'm short too. So and actually my seat, I sit low. I put that little, they did something, these geniuses, they went to work on the truck and somebody readjusted the seat and then they broke off this piece from underneath, I guess where you put, ain't gonna say nothing, just let it lay. Oh no. I took pictures and sent it to the company guy. I said, look, I don't want y'all charging me for this. I took the truck in, everything was in order. I get the truck out and pieces are broken off. So I took pictures of it, but yeah. Other than that, though, I love the Volvo. Oh, the other thing I don't like is the brake system. The brakes to me don't stop the truck like on a Freightliner, and the Jakes. The Jakes aren't as strong as on the Freightliner Jakes. Those things were beast mode. This is not as strong in their Jakes, and they're not as strong in their braking system to me. Other than that, the comfortability of the truck is very comfortable. Only thing I don't like is a solo sleeper. I don't have that top bunk, which I used to use for storage, and it does not have a lot of storage space. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But I do like I have a sun visor up here. I like the fact that it's not the fabric, but those plastic pull downs up and down, which I think is a lot more secure. Yeah, so I mean, I like the Volvo. I ain't gonna lie, and I drive way different in the Volvo than I did in that ghetto truck I had with the starter company, because it pulled to the right. The Volvo, if JJ Gaming's in here, we're on a family thing on Life 360. My top speeds can average anywhere from 60 to 70 miles an hour, which is pretty bomb for me. And I'm knocking out miles like, I think today I'm just under 600 miles. Yesterday I was just under 600 miles. Yeah, that's JJ's. His is like that too. That's the he has the one with the bed that converts into a table under his Volvo, and I do like that to an extent. But I would just rather have the bed. To me, I can get a folding table and do that myself. I don't like how they piecemeal that together. Only issues that were bad with the Volvo trucks back when I was under the Volvo Swift fleet, was they had a lot of electrical issues. I'm not hearing that as much today, but they were known for electrical issues back in the day. That's the only issue with the Volvo. Volvo had a lot of electrical issues in the early Volvo. I haven't had any experiences with this one, and knock on wood, I hope I don't. But yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing. But anyway, yeah, me and Grumpy Smurf, we had our come to Jesus meeting, and I basically busted out money and told him, I said, you're sitting up here blaming, this, that, and the other thing, and saying you're broke. I said, really, it's all about you just managing your money a bit different. I said, I tried to help you, boopty, boopty, boop. You're going to do what you're going to do. Trying to think. I talked to him about his pull-ups because I said, you're wearing the wrong size pull-ups. These pull-ups that you're getting, they're not for his body. I said, they're not for you. I said, you're wearing the wrong type. You need to get the pull-ups that are going to be more diaper-like. But he doesn't want that. I said, and if you don't want that, you're bringing in your clothes. The house, you walk in the house, it's pungent of piss. It smells like somebody just walked in there and peed all on the walls. It's just horrid. And in the middle of the night, I woke up and it was like you could smell pee. It permeated the whole house. And I told him, I said, look, you're going to have to put your clothes in plastic bags. If you're, because otherwise you're basically funking up the house. And urine smells don't necessarily disappear right away. So I told him, I said, how you handle it is going to determine, how can I put this? I basically told him it's going to determine, whether somebody might call him. I said, it don't have to be me, Christina, or anybody else. It's going to have to be a family member. If somebody around you who has interacted with you feels you're not functional, they can call and make a complaint so that your state or city will come pick you up and say that you can't care for yourself. So I don't know what's going on, but you need to get your together. So, and then I talked to him about the food, and he's like, well, I was going to see if Sister Parker, that's another sister from the church, and her sister's the one who referred me into this company. I was going to see if, Sister Parker or this other chick he used to date, if they'd be willing to cook my meals. Wait for it. And I'll give them $15. I said, oh, okay. You crazy as hell. I got nothing. I'm getting ready to fix my mind. You crazy as hell. You gonna get somebody $15 to make get off your ass and do it yourself. All it takes is some hot water. You got a microwave up here. Your microwave in your apartment. I'll take some hot water. Get up off your ass and make your meals. Stop going out and eating all the time. All right, Chess ETC, what do you teach? My aunt was an educator. You an educator? I want to know what Chess teaches. So I told him, you need to get off your butt and guys do stuff. He won't do it. V. Griffith, he won't do it. He feels that women should cook for him, and when you ask him about the cooking, he'll do this. I said, so why don't you? Because his mama could cook, and I know he knows how to cook. I don't want to. Like an insolent child. I said, well, let's give you a breakdown. I said, $20 for breakfast, $20 for lunch, $20 for dinner. That's $60. And in 10 days, that's $600. You just went through half of what you got remaining left to possibly spend. The big boy pull-ups that he's getting, which is probably why he's pissed all over himself, he's trying to make them last longer. Those things are costing him, when I average it out, $1,200. Oh, you're on chess.com. All right, go teach. I've been wanting to learn chess. But I estimated he's doing over $1,200. Yeah, about $1,200 a month in big boy pull-ups because of how frequently he's going through them. So I sat down and broke the numbers out. I said, he's 70. I said, if I look at this right now, I said $20 a day. I said, that's just half a month. That's $600. In 2 extra weeks, that's $1,200. I said, you're spending that in eating out. I said, excuse me, and you're spending $1,200 in pull-ups that you're leaking through, and you won't get the ones that are more absorbent because they're gonna look like diapers. I said, now you can continue down your road. I ordered a catalog. They sent you samples. You can pick up the phone and call them and see if they have other samples, because the samples I got them were too big. He wouldn't have tried them anyway because they look like diapers. I already know what his issue is. He's always an appearance person, but he don't do anything. All you do is sit in a chair and go to sleep. He's sleeping himself to the casket. The next thing that he did, I went over the food, and he gonna tell me he gonna get this woman $15. What the hell $15 gonna do for a woman cooking you a meal? And and my sister said, "Did you laugh?" I said, "No." I looked at him and said, "Well, she likes to cook for people. She might do it for you, and she might be dumb enough to take $15, which ain't crap, and make him a meal." But I think he talking about $15 for the week. I'm like, who can buy groceries on $15? And because he's still too sorry to go and take ownership, and he gets what he wants. He wants a woman to cook a meal for him. So he basically saying, "I'm willing to pay for you to cook a meal." He's trifling. The brother too trifling to go and clean out the stuff in the mop bucket to mop the floor again. He trifling. And no, he ain't gonna do none of that. Most he'll do. Let me explain. Y'all don't understand. Let me kind of explain how lazy this male is. I'm saying man loosely. I was gonna go get some oranges. Okay, I got oranges at Sprouts. They were really sweet, really, really good. And I said, man, these oranges are good. You want me to get you some? I'll go back to Sprouts and get some more. I don't like oranges. There's oranges in the refrigerator and you drink it all the time. This is what he did. So basically, this is a picture. You can pour it. I said, wait a minute. Are you telling me that it's too much work to peel an orange? It's too much work for him to peel an orange or to pick a knife out the jar and cut an orange up so he can eat it. He's trifling. He's supposed to be doing lemon water. His ass is too trifling to go get a real lemon. So what he did is went about that lemon stuff that you bake with. It's a liquid, this concentrate lemon that you bake with. He got that and he's pouring that in his water. I said, it's not the same thing. The doctor told him to do it because he has sediment in his urine. And I said, it's not the same thing. Oh, I no lie. He's too lazy to peel an orange or cut one with a knife. I think it has to, he was an only child, and I think he's both his parents and his stepmom and then my aunt. And basically he is like a grown little boy. And I told him, I said, he's wasteful. I said, you're going to learn. So what he really wants is he would prefer me to have a corporate job, so I lived in the apartment with him, and he knows I would give money towards the rent. So then he could keep doing some of his foolishness and take whatever I give him if I gave it to him directly and go do, he can still eat out and do. No, I ain't paying you 1 red cent. I ain't staying in the apartment. Most I've done is go through and take a shower and fell asleep on the couch and then I roll out. No, I'm not. No, he's the brother crazy. He's crazy. And so, yeah, apparently called family members and told them he was broke. And then, it's just, and I told places, I said, he playing y'all. I said, if he is broke, he's by his own hand, his own doing. And he needs to learn from it. Plain and simple. Yeah, his brother's trifling. So he gonna tell me he's gonna give him $15, and then he's still taking his laundry over to the laundromat. And I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and that just when he opened his door, the whole hallway permeated of urine. And when you walk in his room, it smells like piss. And he just goes and lays in the chair, and I told him, I said, I don't know if you've gotten used to the scent, but I can smell this. I told him, I said, if you don't get it, you will get it. You'll learn one way or another. So, he can either heed that warning, but I don't know if he's playing us because somehow he's acting sometimes maybe to get sympathy so that you do something to make him feel good about himself. And so I really do, he could be playing us. It could be he's fully cognizant of what he's doing. He wears a pissy underwear, tells me about his $200 prescription he can't get, and I didn't give him the money for it. And so he could be playing us. He is in denial about the big boy pull-ups. That I agree. Um, he only wants to deal with a certain part. Because when we went the first time he went to the hospital before getting the catheter, they did what's called the TERP, which is a scrape of the prostate to see if they could get the incontinence reversed or to, for him to be able to pee. That didn't work, so his issue's bigger. But they given us he, how can I put this? When he went in, they found he had an infection. They put him on a catheter, and I told him, "You're on this. You're not gonna be able to come off." But he still has to do the big boy pull-ups because he's leaking beyond the catheter. My thought process is he's leaking because they told him that he has sediment in his urine and to drink the lemon water, which is supposed to help, I guess, flush that area out. But also, he eats pretty much what he wants to eat. He don't care about his diabetes. Um, yeah, I mean he's spoiled. He's a grown little boy. But like I told him, I said, I'm not gonna have to call Christine. I said, because with the rate you going, you just gonna put yourself in a casket. I ain't got to. You gonna basically what I told him is you sleeping your way to a casket. That's what he does. He gets up, eats, sleep, poops like a tick on a dog's ass. He just exists. And but I think what he's trying to do is manipulate money out of us so that he could keep eating out like he wanted to, buying the big boy pull-ups and not make any changes. And I told him, you're mismanaging your funds. He got to a point that he's mismanaging it, so he couldn't even pay for one of his diabetic medicines. And I told him, this is on you. You're the one who's making your decisions. Nobody else is making your decisions. Nobody's holding. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. So I told him, you're gonna make your own decisions, and you're gonna. I said, but I'm telling you right now, you need to get the big boy pull-ups that are more like diapers. And you need to go and do some frozen meals. I don't. At first, I thought cooking, but as he's getting older, and I don't know where his head is at, he don't need to cook, but he could go get frozen meal for what he's willing to do and what he wants to spend. He go get some of those 99 cents to a couple of dollar dinners and have the whole freezer and just nuke him as he goes. Breakfast is social hours, so I can see him still doing that. But those other 2 meals of the day, he needs to get that to where it's either on the fly, casual, or something like that. I paying a person, I don't trust it. So let me see what y'all said. And I'm getting sleepy, so I'm gonna have to get up off of here. He is Micheline. So you have to go back, but I didn't grow up with my father, and my father didn't really raise any of his kids. The only one he raised was the one who spent his life in prison, and only for a portion of his life. He really didn't do anything for us. My father is very self-centered. It's about him. But now he's an old man or old male, and I think that he realizes he screwed up. I'm very intolerant. I'll basically tell you what I feel, what I think, and if you don't like it, I really don't give a damn. Especially him. And it's a lack of respect. I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you can't respect somebody who was never really there for you. And, what we've created is, I would say we have a friendship, but I'm very real. And if you don't like it, I really don't care. Especially in his case. But my thing is, I think he might be playing us and that he fully is aware of his issue. But that he's trying to play his daughters to send him money so he can continue in a very uneventful way of keep doing what he's doing and also try to play us for money. So basically, I can keep on living how I want to live. That's what I told Christine. Don't you send him one red freaking dime, not a dime. Don't you send him a cent because he's bringing in too much money. He's mismanaging it because he doesn't want to do what he needs to do to manage his money right. So now he's talking about giving these women $15 to cook a meal. $15 is not enough money for these two ladies to cook your ass a meal. You should get off your ass, go to the grocery store, get what you need, and cook your own shit. Or just nuke it. Like I said, at this point, he is too old, I think, to be cooking. Even though I think he's very conscious. And that's the other thing. I told him, you sit up here crying over, the fact you can't stand up on the toilet and pee anymore. Imagine the people who may not have a half a body and they're on a catheter bed for the rest of their life in order to expel whatever fluids they're on. So, yeah, I'm irritated. But when I go back, I'll be staying at a hotel. Yeah, he is. He's at that point. He wants to do things his way. And I told him, I said, enjoy it. I said, in the words of one of my friends, if you like it, I love it for you. But he's stuck in his ways. And see, that's it. I think Les Truck said, "Oh, you love your dad," and I said, "Well, I can't really say I do, and I don't mean to be mean like that. It's hard to say that because I didn't have the relationship with him. I think I have a common general care for him, but it's not like it's different. It's just not something like I was devastated when his mother died, and not devastated that I know it was coming, but I really love my grandma, his mother." But will I have that same reaction if he or my mother passes? Probably not. It'd be like, okay, when's the funeral over with? I'm gonna have a drink and go get me something to eat. I it might not be, and it's not that I'm wishing anything. I pray that him and my biological mother repent of all this stuff, and they make it in. I don't wish hell on nobody, but I'm good. Shannon's good, so we'll see. But so I had a little come to Jesus meeting, and he told me what he gonna do. I said, okay. I said, well, good luck with that, because now I'm not even gonna stay at the house. Like I went to stay there that was that for night was Wednesday night or whatever night it was last week, and I couldn't even sleep. The piss smell was so strong, it permeated. And when he opened his room, it was like, whoo, the whole house lit up. And I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. Anyway, y'all, I have to get my butt off of here. I am so sleepy right now. Jennifer Z, y'all be blessed. Don't forget, go to the video. I'll try to put the link below if I remember here when I get done with this. Go to the live stream I did about the sweepstakes giveaway or the giveaway, and just put comments down below. You can just say hi, and when you post it, I'll put you in the drawing for the item that I'm gonna send out, and I won't show everybody until after I find out who the winner is, and I contact the winner directly, and then find out what their mailing address is and mail it out. But I'm getting ready to pass out because I got to get up and drive in the morning, and I've been on here almost an hour. Anyway, y'all, well, actually an hour and change. I'm happy the AT&T is working better. We're doing more that way. Peace, joy, happiness. I'm ready to pass out. I think I'm supposed to call Jose, but I had to take a nap. So I may call Jose later because he drives all night. Anyway, y'all, peace.